Welcome one and all to another edition of Grudge Match, the show that allows characters to leave their home universes for a chance to throw down against comparable opponents from other universes. Today's episode pits two of the most brutal bruisers of their respective worlds against one another. It's DC's Dead Man Walking, Solomon Grundy, against Marvel's Crimson Colossus, the Red Hulk. Taking a look at Solomon Grundy first, he was originally created in 1944, and he was originally created as a villain for the original Green Lantern, Alan Scott. His backstory is, in the latter half of the 19th century, he was a man named Cyrus Gold, and he was killed by mobsters, and his body was subsequently buried in the nearby Slaughter Swamp. Slaughter Swamp was a special place that had a bunch of mystical properties to it, and over a period of several decades, all those mystical energies soaked into his body, and many years later, he resurrected out of the swamp as Solomon Grundy. Now, as Solomon Grundy, he has vastly enhanced physical power, primarily strength-based, sometimes to the point where he's been able to match characters like Superman in terms of pure strength. But every time he dies and comes back and resurrects, he has different levels of superhuman strength, sometimes capable of matching characters like Superman, other times not nearly that strong. And in addition to having vastly enhanced physical strength, he's also incredibly resistant to damage. Being a walking dead man, he has no need for things like air, food, water, or any of those kind of things to stay alive, because he's not actually alive. And he is, in addition to that, highly resistant to almost all forms of damage, most primarily heat, cold, and physical impact damage. Red Hulk, as a character himself, was only created in 2008, but his secret identity is that of General Thaddeus Thunderbolt Ross, who was originally created back in 1962. He has been the most stalwart and longtime opponent of the Incredible Hulk. And he was turned into the Red Hulk in 2008 by the team of the most intelligent supervillains in the Marvel Universe, who were known as the Intelligentsia. And he made a deal with them that if they used their advanced intelligence to figure out how to turn him into a gamma-powered monster that could be able to match the Hulk in terms of power, he would then go and destroy the Hulk once and for all. Now, as the Red Hulk, he is incredibly physically strong himself, though not particularly as strong as the Hulk himself. The Hulk, one of his most famous attributes is that the madder he gets, the stronger he gets. Well, when it comes to the Red Hulk, that's not the case. He doesn't have the infinite level of strength that the Hulk has. Instead, the Red Hulk, the madder he gets, the hotter he gets. He gets physically warmer, puts out more and more heat, to the point where if he's angry enough, he can actually melt metal just with his touch. But that's not something that would come in handy in terms of fighting Solomon Grundy, as Solomon Grundy's most potent resistance and invulnerability is a resistance to fire and heat damage. Another interesting attribute of the Red Hulk that differentiates him from the regular Incredible Hulk: when Bruce Banner turns into the Hulk, he ceases being Bruce Banner in terms of personality. A new personality takes over, and that's been different personalities over the year. Either the Savage Hulk, the Professor Hulk, the Green Scar Hulk. They've all been basically separate personalities from Bruce Banner. But that's not the case with the Red Hulk. He does not have a fractured personality. He is the same person, personality-wise, when he becomes the Red Hulk as he is in his regular General Ross persona. He also does not have to get angry in order to transform from one form to the other. His transformation is entirely willpower-based. He can change whenever he wants, and when he changes into the Red Hulk, he is still General Ross in mind and spirit. So he does not have the fractured personality drawback that is sometimes a drawback for the Incredible Hulk. Now, when comparing these two characters, when it comes to pure physical power, it can be very difficult to compare them, because they both have been able to match incredibly physically powerful characters blow for blow. Red Hulk has fought the Incredible Hulk, he's fought Thor, he's even been seen knocking out one of the Watchers, an incredibly powerful alien race that is thought to be on an almost godlike scale. Solomon Grundy has been able to fight entire teams of Justice Leagues. He's been able to fight Superman, he's been able to fight vastly physically powerful opponents, and he doesn't get tired, he doesn't wear out, he doesn't succumb to damage. He's probably even more damage resistant than the Red Hulk. Red Hulk has been seen to be injured from time to time, but he also has a better healing factor than Solomon Grundy does as well. So Grundy has the better damage resistance, Red Hulk has better healing to recover from damage that he takes. It's also noteworthy to mention that Solomon Grundy does have an inherent ability of resurrection. He's been killed many, many times in the past, but he always resurrects over time and comes back later on. Now, this is not necessarily a game-changing ability, as his ability to resurrect takes months, sometimes even years, to kick in, but primarily both of these characters go fist for fist and use their incredible physical strength to try to subdue their opponents. So having examined the specific abilities and the backstories of these two characters, it's time now to determine a winner of this grudge match, and that winner is going to be the Red Hulk. General Thaddeus Thunderbolt Ross is going to walk away as the victor of this grudge match for two very important reasons. For one, it could be said that Solomon Grundy might be more physically powerful than Red Hulk, because whereas Solomon Grundy has been able to match Superman, Red Hulk is not as powerful as the Incredible Hulk. So it could be said that Solomon Grundy might be more physically powerful, but his strength is not consistent. Sometimes Solomon Grundy is strong enough to face superhumanly strong characters. Other times, his strength is really scaled down. So you can't tell at any given time what level of strength he's going to have. Additionally, Solomon Grundy is a very unintelligent character, whereas Red Hulk maintains all of the knowledge and information that General Thunderbolt Ross has amassed over all of his years in the military. And that translates to him being a very, very capable fighter. Not only good in battle strategy and formulating plans to defeat opponents, but also actual physical one-on-one combat training. He's been in the military his entire life, and he knows hand-to-hand combat techniques very well. Add to that the incredible power that being the Red Hulk affords him, and that makes him an incredibly skilled, super-powered fighter, whereas Solomon Grundy would just come into the fight throwing haymakers and fighting in a much more unintelligent type of way. So Solomon Grundy's inconsistent strength level, coupled with Red Hulk's higher level of intelligence and combat training, is going to give the Red Hulk the victory of this grudge match. So mention me down below, let me know what you think of the outcome of this, and any suggestions for future episodes, and we'll see you next time on the next edition of Grudge Match.